When we look up into the night sky, we don't really give it the attention it deserves. But put it simply, if there was only one place where we could see the night sky, there's no doubt this would be the most popular tourist attraction in the world. So here are 5 mind-boggling facts about space that will hopefully make you think next time you gaze up into the sky. Let's start with the fact that our entire universe isn't made up of what we once thought. For years it was believed that what we could see in space was pretty much what the entire universe was made up of: galaxies, stars, planets, asteroids, and all things like that. But as time has gone on and astronomical instruments have improved, it's been proven to be far from that. The material that scientists are familiar with in the universe is called baryonic matter, or normal matter, which is composed of protons, neutrons, and electrons, and make up everything from humans to animals to stars and planets. But this normal matter only accounts for 5% of the matter in the universe. The rest is made up of a mind-boggling invisible matter called dark matter, and a mysterious form of energy known as dark energy. The problem with this dark matter is that it cannot even be directly observed, as this bizarre ingredient does not emit light or energy, and contains no protons, neutrons, or electrons. So the fact is, the universe isn't made up of stars and galaxies like it was once believed. Outside of all this, it's made up of basically a black void that defines everything we know about science and space. The universe is astronomically huge. For years we have been trying to find out how big the universe actually is, but it appears to have no end destination. The observable universe consists of the galaxies and other matter that we can observe from Earth in the present day, because light from those objects such as stars and nebulas have had time to reach the Earth. Now, this observable universe is estimated to be about 93 billion light years in size. Now, don't forget, a light year is a unit of length equal to just under 6 trillion miles. So 6 trillion miles, the length of a light year, times by 93 billion is how big the observable universe is. That's a ridiculous number. And that's just what we can observe today. The entire universe is believed to be at least 250 times bigger than the observable universe. But it's this point outside the observable universe that astronomers want to explore. The vast open darkness could house planets, materials, plants, animals, and even mammals that could redefine everything we know about life and our own existence. More energy from the sun hits Earth every hour than the planet uses in a year. The sun is big. It's more than 100 times bigger than the Earth and works in harmony with our planet. Without it, we wouldn't exist. The amount of energy the sun gives off is an enormous amount, and if we could collect all of it, we would be able to power our planet for about 500,000 years. But most of this energy flows out of our solar system into space without ever colliding with anything. However, a very, very small fraction of that energy collides with planets, including our humble Earth. The fraction that Earth receives is sufficient to warm our planet and drive its climate system. But even that small percentage of energy we receive in one day from the sun is more than our planet will use in a whole year. So you can see why people want to use solar panels to harness the sun's power. And another quick fact about the sun is that eventually it will consume the Earth. When all the hydrogen has been burnt, the sun will continue for about another 130 million more years burning helium, during which time it will expand to the point that it will engulf Mercury, Venus, and the Earth. But don't worry, this won't happen in our lifetimes. It's predicted it will take millions and millions and millions of years before this event occurs. There might actually be planets made of diamond. Diamonds are the hardest natural occurring material on Earth, and a diamond is simply crystals of pure concentrated carbon that form under crushing pressures and intense heat. A few years back, scientists reported that a star called 55 Cancri e, located about 40 light years away from our Earth, had a carbon to oxygen ratio greater than 1, leading many people to believe its core was made from diamond. Unfortunately though, this particular star is now believed not to be made from diamonds, but scientists have said that the chances of a diamond-cored planet is far from a myth. Astronomers generally believe that rocky exoplanets, including Earth, are largely made up of iron, oxygen, magnesium, and silicon, with only a small fraction of carbon, hence our small quantity of diamonds. In contrast, carbon-rich planets could have as much as 3/4 of their mass in carbon, meaning the majority of their core would be solid diamond, with trillions and trillions of pounds here on Earth. And scientists say that these diamond planets may be closer than we think. Black holes are very real and very confusing. Most famously, black holes were predicted by Einstein's theory of general relativity, which showed that when a massive star dies in a supernova, it leaves behind a small, dense remnant core. If the total mass of the star is large enough, then it can be proven theoretically that no force can keep the star from collapsing under the influence of gravity. However, as the star collapses, a strange thing occurs. As the surface of the star nears an imaginary surface called the event horizon, time on the star slows relative to the time kept by observers far away. When the surface reaches the event horizon, time stands still, and the star can collapse no more. It's basically a frozen collapsing object which defines the laws of everything we know. So we know how black holes are formed, and to the best of our knowledge understand what they are. But an interesting and probably thought by all of us question is, what would happen if a human fell into a black hole? Where would we go? From years of analysis, scientists have been able to detail what would happen if you were to fall into a black hole, and it would be something like this. Imagine you're standing near the black hole. As you look towards it, you see a circle of perfect darkness, but around the black hole you see the familiar stars of the night sky. But due to the gravitational pull of the hole, their pattern is strangely distorted, as the light from the distant stars gets bent by the black hole's gravity. As you get pulled towards the black hole, you move faster and faster. Your feet feel a stronger gravitational pull than your head, or vice versa if you're diving into it. As a result, your body is stretched apart. For small black holes, this stretching is so strong as it's more condensed that your body is completely torn apart before you'd even reach the entrance. If you were, however, somehow able to remain intact, what would you see? Well, that's the unanswered question, and the most frustrating question of all is, where would you go? Would you be transported to another point in space, perhaps to another dimension unlike anything our brains can even comprehend? Man has studied the skies for thousands of years, but we still know very little about the universe we live in, and as we continue to learn more, we are always amazed and often confused by what we find. Next time you look up into the sky, think about it. Think about the fact we are a floating rock surrounded by trillions and trillions of unknown mysteries. It sounds scary, but really it's magnificent, and one day, maybe we'll be able to give the unanswered questions answers. Thanks for watching, and keep an eye out for next week.